Hi, my dear Aries. My name is Julie, and this is Julie's Tarot. Today I'm doing you a reading. It's going to be mostly about love and romantic relationships in your life, and I have two decks and a small layout right here. I have a card for you if you're a female. Here's your Juliet from a Romeo and Juliet deck, which has a really nice graphic and a message. And we have a Rider-Waite deck, and the Queen of Wands is your card because you're a fire sign. And we have, what is it, Romeo for your person if it's a man, and King of Wands for him. Okay. Maybe I will use Rider-Waite for clarification. Maybe I will not. We'll see. But just in case, I put them there, just to have it. You know, if I want to clarify. Romeo and Juliet cards give a very good, detailed look at the situation, and you don't have to be a teenager. Okay. It's just, you know, it's just a layout. And we also have oracle cards here with the messages. Yeah, and I have guardian angels right here. This deck is great for advice. We're gonna check it out, and maybe cosmic insights for some you know, short messages for advice and guidance. Okay, I'm all about guidance and advice and tarot. I don't want to focus on predictions. Okay, we will maybe look a little bit at the past and what's coming that you don't see, but let's go with the flow. Okay, I'll see you in a second. Hi guys. Yeah, you will not see my face right now, maybe just like this. Anyway, hello Juliet. If you're a guy, hello Romeo. For same-sex couples, that might be a masculine role and a feminine role. Okay, you figure out for yourself. Okay, no discrimination, absolutely not. Okay, Aries, I kind of feel the energy of Mars today. I'm a Scorpio Sun and Aries Moon, and my Aries Moon is going crazy today. I had so much energy, and I cannot do sports this week, so this energy has transformed a little bit into kind of restlessness and anger. So I lashed out. I lashed out at a friend of mine who is chasing, not a friend, but a guy who's chasing me because of, well, there was a reason, but I don't know. It was just like the, you know, the, what is it, the last drop, if you say correctly. But anyway, hopefully you didn't have that experience, you know. And I know that Mars is very active right now over Mercury, and Mars is all about the fight, you know, the fight and the power, and standing up for yourself. So that's what I did basically. And Mercury is all about communication, you know, and Mars overpowered my communication skills today. But I expressed everything I wanted to express, and I said no bullshit to those who deserve that. Okay, and you see I'm talking a lot, so I'm just gonna shut up and start your reading, not to waste time. Okay, I know you probably don't really like that, so let's see what's going on with Aries. The person who has Aries in their chart, moon, rising, sun, really doesn't matter. If you have a lot of Aries, that might work for you, but hopefully this reading will find at least that one person for whom it was meant to be. Okay, a group, a few people. If it resonated, please drop me a like, a comment, whatever, subscribe, share. Maybe you know someone with whom it will resonate and will be useful for also, I'm using this deck, Romeo and Juliet. It has a wonderful graphic and messages, and I just love it so much. So I will maybe read description from a little pamphlet here, and the descriptions are, the messages are from the Shakespeare Romeo and Juliet, obviously. If you don't like that, please drop me a comment that I should not read these messages. Some of them are really good, but still, you know, if it's annoying or it makes you only more confused, or it prevents from focusing on the reading, please drop me a comment. Don't be an asshole, okay? But just, you know, I would like to have some feedback. Thank you very much. All right, let's see. Okay, Aries. We're gonna look at two sides. We're gonna look at our Julia, whoever you are, and our Romeo, whoever they are, or you are. For some reasons, because women tend to watch tarot more often, that's why I focus on Juliet, but you know, it doesn't have to be. It can be Romeo too. That's why I'm gonna look at two sides. So we're gonna look at what's going on between you, at your feelings towards each other, at the advice and guidance, and the outcome. Okay, all right. Let's see what's going on. We have a story of Romeo and Juliet here. What is the situation right now in between these two people with the sign of Aries in their chart or in someone's chart? What is your story, guys? Ooh, I have quite a few cards straight away. We have fall in love, enchanting love. Okay. Unrequited love. Damn. Crossing the barrier was next to, it was together with the unrequited love. Crossing the barrier, overcoming obstacles. And we have three cards that were face down. It might be just like a hidden information, a secret, or maybe it's not that very important, or you don't know about that. So it's like, it's undercover information, all right? Oh my God, of course it is undercover. So look at what we have. We have poison, vows of love, oaths of the moon, and a dark deal. Incorrect decision, or incorrect direction, wrong decision, poison, and harmful vows of love. Okay, so this was hidden and this was open. So the situation is, what's open for you guys is that both of you are in love, or you were in love. Maybe you're still in love, but it happens that it was kind of unrequited love, you know, and both of you have to accept the pain and fulfill your needs in different ways. But the good thing is that the obstacle, whatever it is or was, is being overcome. You guys are crossing the barrier of this obstacle, okay? So behind the scenes, we have dark deal, incorrect direction, wrong decisions, poison. So something was definitely harming, destructive. I get the feeling we have vows of love here. Either you guys were married or are married, okay? And this marriage is kind of toxic. It's harmful, it's destructive. Someone took the wrong direction and just ruined it all, made some incorrect decisions, and it was harmful and destructive. Maybe someone has substance addiction, alcoholic addiction, that might be that is ruining your marriage, okay? Also, so if this is so, if you guys, if your problem that is ruining or have ruined your marriage or relationships, why I'm saying marriage is that we have vows of love and oaths of the moon, okay? If someone's addiction or incorrect directions, wrong decisions, someone's poison and toxicity ruined this relationship, and you did love each other at some point, but now it feels like an unrequited love. The good thing is that you are crossing the barrier and overcoming that obstacle, okay? If it's not about the marriage, you know, there's another case scenario. It's just maybe for some of you, I don't know, I feel like I have to say that. Someone, it's either you. I assume that if I'm reading for you, for someone who's listening, this is for you, okay? This is not the other person, but it might be, okay? It's not the exception. But anyway, so I see that someone had this, had or has, I assume had this idea of marriage, of love, of commitment, and you guys took the partner, that person, as a prospective partner, okay? And perhaps you had an idea of marriage or commitment that was not exactly good for the other person, okay? And perhaps your thinking, your conditioning about, like, stereotypes about marriage and commitment and relationship either were not exactly appropriate for the other person, or they were harmful and destructive even, okay? Therefore, wrong decisions were made and incorrect direction taken, and it all have led to unrequited love, okay? But the good thing is that it's like you're overcoming that unrequited love. So this is the second case scenario, all right? Maybe for some of you it will resonate. Now, because this was face down, you might not know that the other person has addictions or made some wrong decisions and took some incorrect direction. You might not know about that at all. And that has ruined your relationship, and this is still a secret for you. And you might not even know why it all happened, but it turned out to be unrequited love. And I'm sure it was so difficult to overcome, but it is happening. You're overcoming it. So that's the situation, all right? I'm going to put it right here. Just not to forget. This. Okay. Now, just remember that, okay? I feel like I need to take these cards because we might need to actually, yeah, I'll take them. Because we might need them, all right? So now, let's see how Juliet feels and how Romeo feels about all this. What is on the Juliet side in this situation? How's Juliet feeling about all the situation, relationship with this Romeo? What is on her side going on? Marriage and distilling liquor. Okay, again, we have marriage again. And we have strategy, expertise, double-edged sword. So, Juliet, okay? Whoever you are and whatever name you have, I will call you Juliet. You are strong and independent. I bet. You're an Aries, come on. You're strong and independent. And you want to get married, definitely. And you're trying to, like, strategize a bit. See what's going to work, what's not going to work when it comes to marriage, okay? Maybe you were married or you're still married, and whatever I have just told you about the common situation that you guys have, if you're still married or you were married, there's definitely something's going on your side that you're, like, thinking on. What is the best way to behave at this time? What is the best strategy right now when it comes to this relationship or marriage, all right? Whether it's in the past, and you may be divorcing, or whether it is happening now and everything's just being ruined, you're just strategizing what is the best strategy, what is the best thing to do, okay? Sometimes it's good, all right? Now, let's see. And by the way, in the bottom of the deck, we have Reconcile, which talks about resolving the conflict, letting go of the past, and forgetting the hate. So perhaps you can take it as an advice, because while you are strategizing and trying to understand what is the best thing to do in this situation, in this marriage, in this relationship, the cards tell you to try to reconcile this conflict, okay? Try to let go of the past hurdles and forget the hate, and whatever decision you make, whether you are going by yourself into the future or with this person, you still need to let go in order to move on, okay? Now, Romeo, what's going on with you? How things look like on your side? How are you feeling about Juliet and all the situation? Romeo is feeling rejected, okay? What else is he feeling? Oh my god. So we have firm rejection. So Juliet is rejecting Romeo. On this card, if you remember Romeo and Juliet play, she is rejecting actually the idea of getting married forcefully to Paris. She doesn't want to marry Paris. And on this card, he's asking her to marry her, but she's very firm about her decision. So in this case, because we have Romeo here, I'm gonna apply to Romeo that Romeo is feeling rejected by the Juliet. Let's see other cards. Maybe he is rejecting Juliet. Let's see. It's just on the cards. She is rejecting a guy. We have appointment, proposal, engagement, marriage proposal, dream. Look, I really love this card. Look what it says: prophecy, hint, guidance, oracle, reveal, symbolize. Usually it's about guidance that you have in life. So you can use this card. You can like translate this card as like when you watch tarot, this is basically guidance for you. So you can trust some of the readings. You know, of course, if you watch a lot, it might even confuse you more. But focus on maybe some readers that you're watching, or maybe your grandma who's giving you advice, or your mother, whoever, or a good friend, you know, or look at the signs, or maybe oracles. So follow the guidance that you receive. I like the message. It says, I dreamt my lady came and found me dead, and breathed such life with kisses in my lips that I revived and was an emperor. Beautiful, isn't it? And it is applied to Romeo in the play. So we got appointment, dream, step forward, accelerate, bring, make progress, bring forward. Okay. Determination, firmness, no more indecisiveness, courage, perseverance, and the Juliet here. Banishment. Damn. This is a great card, banishment. Look. Severing ties, protection from further injury. And for that offense, immediately we do exile him hence. Okay, so to me it looks like Romeo has been banned completely by Juliet. We have determination, courage, firmness, no more indecisiveness. So she's very firm. And she's firmly rejecting it. Okay? She's very... If you are the person who is resonating with Juliet, so I mean, I salute you, because sometimes we get confused, you know. Sometimes we can't let go, but I can see that you rejected him, and probably he doesn't feel good at all. He is being exiled. And I see that you're doing it pretty quickly, because we have stepping forward, making progress. So it's like, okay, bang. Like strategy. I'm done with this marriage. I'm done with this relationship. Rejection, stepping forward, making progress, accelerating things, being very courageous, firm, severing ties, following the guidance that you're receiving. And making it pretty formally, because we have appointment, you know. Okay, if we're talking about the Romeo, I feel like you were like the love of their life or something like that. Maybe they did something, they felt that it's gonna happen, so they did something for you to accelerate the outcome in the situation. Yeah. What is the outcome? What's the outcome here? What is the outcome here? What is the outcome here? We have patience. Patience. Self-control. Descent. Please do not rush into anything. Be patient, okay? What is the advice to the person who's listening to me with Aries in their chart in this situation? Patience. There's someone who might be... Hold on. There is someone who might be wise and trustworthy, caring and optimistic in your life. If there is somebody in your life, please, you should know that you can confide in this person, okay? This person will calm you down, will help you, will give you good advice if you need it, or just comfort you, okay? Maybe this Friar Lawrence can also signify this wisdom inside you. So listen to your own wisdom. You have the experience, okay? I'm sure you do. Rely on your own hermit within you, basically. Or go and like consult with somebody. What's the advice for the person who's listening and relates to the situation? Again, I see Mercutio the second time. Someone is humorous, loyal, devoted, wild, and frenetic. If love be rough with you, be rough with love. Prick love for pricking, and you beat love down. Nice. I don't know. I mean, it's up to you. Maybe you have the same philosophy about love, but perhaps this Romeo has this kind of a philosophy that, okay, if you reject me, I will reject you. If you do this, I will do that. It's like a mirroring effect, but it's like the guy has a big ego, you know. I don't know. But I assume they still keep on chasing you. What is the advice for the Juliet? You are protected. Protection, kindness, undertake. Either you have somebody else in your life already who it's either a new person or it's someone trustworthy whom you can trust. Someone who, maybe your father, maybe somebody else, who is giving you protection, okay? Who is kind to you. And we have here confession of love. Say, I love you. I mean, take it as it resonates. I'm not sure. You have rejected that person, okay? With determination, firmness, decisiveness, severed the ties very formally. Be patient. Rely on your inner wisdom. Know that you're protected. Know that there is somebody whom you can rely on and who can give you advice and comfort you. And you might need to confess love to somebody. I don't know who that is. Now, there's something else I want to say. I think it's a different case scenario, okay? If you want to get married, you found a prospective partner, but you feel like it might be an unrequited love, okay? It is enchanting love, but, sorry, the camera turned off. It might feel like it's an unrequited love, or it's about to become unrequited love. And to cross that barrier, you are strategizing. You're thinking, okay, how am I gonna do this? This is the love of my life. I want to marry them, but I need to do everything right. okay? And the Romeo might be kind of very idealistic lover, very passionate, makes decision in a rash, might be very humorous, devoted, loyal, but wild and frenetic, and has a very strange philosophy on love, very like defensive also. You might think that this Romeo might reject you, or you maybe might think you, in order to get him, you need to reject him first, be kind of formal with him, and in order to bring this progress and to get him, you might do some, game playing, like reject him, banish him, so he would come back if he's yours, right? Well, here I can tell you, again, have patience. You might consult with somebody first, because game playing is never good unless you understand that this person is a player and this is the only way that will work on him. Well, I mean, sometimes it does work, really. I mean, not all of us are very healthy and spiritual, right? I mean, healthy like mentally. I mean, who is completely healthy? I don't know. Anyway, I'm not judging anybody, okay? But at the same time, if you think that this guy will reject you, but you really want to marry him, listen to your guidance from within and to the outside guidance that might come from oracles, might come from tarot, might come from dreams, advice from somebody who can give you good advice. Listen to all of that. Stay patient, okay? You might need to confess your love at the end anyway, but know that you are protected. Perhaps because Mercurio has a strange philosophy in love, big ego, and maybe a bit defensive, you might need to be honest and truthful with him and confess your love. And maybe the strategy here is not, like, that game playing strategy is not the best case scenario, okay? Just make sure that this confession of love will not come from desperation, because then the banishment probably will be towards you. Okay? Alright. I'm gonna be done here. I'm gonna put it all back. Oh, by the way, I didn't ask for the advice to Romeo. Can you give us advice for Romeo in all the situation? The Romeo needs to be more sacrificial. The Romeo might actually, from everything that I just pulled out, I can see by this kiss. So I don't know if someone's calling me or something. I don't know if it's still recording. But anyway, the Romeo might doing something that you don't know of, or has done something that you are not aware of, something that might be destructive and harmful for your relationship. Therefore, he wants to distance himself from you. And it's like a sacrifice, basically. He loves you, but he is going to simulate the unrequited love, which will become, or has become, an unrequited love, because he knows that whatever he's doing, whatever direction he's taking, is incorrect for you. So he's basically sacrificing his own feelings and love for you, for the sake of love, because he loves you, but he knows that this will not work with you, that you deserve better, or that you do not deserve what he might be offering to you. He doesn't even know, he probably doesn't even want to offer that to you, because whatever he's doing is a dark deal. Maybe he's having very bad addictions, so He knows that this is not good for your relationship, or if you're married, guys, for marriage. So he wants to distance himself from you. And he knows that this sacrifice is made for the good. You know, at least you will be happier when you overcome those obstacles, cross that barrier. And you are doing that already. The situation is getting better, I feel like, or it will get better. Okay? Wow. He just needs to sacrifice his ego a little bit. Alright. I'm gonna be done here. I'm not gonna use tarot because it's already been a while. I mean, it's been a long video. Let's ask for guidance or for messages in love and romance for Aries. What does Aries and the person with Aries in their chart needs to know at this time, end of October, the last part of October? Ship, again, you see it's a confirmation. Cutting ties, moving on, receive what you need, progressing, arriving. Wonderful. Engagement, ring, soul connection, eternity, higher commitment, partnership, union, completion. I feel like someone has ended the marriage. Now you gotta ground yourself and work on your performance, stability, security, growth, endurance. We have backstabbing, and I saw on the bottom of the deck here, no, okay, I don't see it anymore, but it was like revenge. Maybe someone is being a bit vengeful in the situation and has hard feelings. So if it's you, do some grounding work. Focus on your stability and security instead of hate or hard feelings. Separation we have here, sadness, bitterness, missing you, thinking about your uncertain future. Backstabbing means not only backstabbing, but also heartbreak and pain, separation and loss, deception and lies, shocking attack. So yeah, I can see that if it's a commitment and relationship, long-term relationship, you're in separation right now. I feel like you're cutting ties and moving. You're on trying to move on at least. This hard commitment has come to an end. There's heartbreak and pain, of course. There might be something that you didn't see, some deceptions, lies. But what you need to do is just like focus on yourself, your stability, security. If it's a divorce, perhaps there has been some losses, maybe financial losses. What is the advice for the person who's watching? Phoenix. Focus on your own transformation. New face, rekindle, rise from the ashes. Changed mind, renew and growth. Yeah, that's what we gotta do. There's also passion. Whether it's passion for life, whether it's insane chemistry with somebody, whether it is renewal with the same person. Someone's wearing a mask, someone's expressing feelings, transforming, hiding. There's some self-reflection and introspection going on, I think, on both sides. You gotta enable boundaries for sure. Have faith, love is coming. Poker face, someone either not showing a hand or taking a chance. There's paradise, happiness and joy, twin flames. Needing time, cycles takes time to heal, progressing, and clarity and truth. I like this, that clarity and truth is the last card, because I feel like there's no confusion. Everything is clear, and you're protected, honor protection, and you're having your revelations, focusing on your growth, stability, security, transformation, passions. I feel like the other person might want to speak to you for sure, or maybe there's someone else already who's expressing their love, giving you a call, struck by love, giving you an invitation, and there is happiness and joy, whether it's by yourself or somebody else. There might be new honeymoon phase around the corner, or just, you know, feeling good and happy and joyful about life. Maybe a new twin flame connection is coming. I mean, whether you believe in twin flames, but it's just some strong connection that is coming into your life. But first of all, understand that you need time to heal. And there's clarity. Perfect, guys. Have some fun. We have partying. Have some time with friends. Try to stay happily single, living in the moment, and whatever invitation you got here will come to you. You know what? I don't feel taking any other cards. I think it's enough. I think for today's situation, it was a little bit complex, but hopefully it was clear to you. You got the advice that you needed and support that you needed. Please drop some comment, share, like, subscribe. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in November. Bye, Aries.